I'm going to show you guys why functional training is really just a load of bullshit. While some exercises claim to be more functional than other traditional exercises can be good options, but more often than not, they should not be replacing your heavy compound exercises with a barbell or heavy dumbbells or on a machine. First up is going to be the trap bar deadlift. People claim that this deadlift is more functional than that of with the barbell because you can stay more upright and the weight's not loaded out in front of you, so it's less dangerous. However, all the trap bar actually does is raise the grip up, making it easier because your legs don't have to bend as far. It moves the grips to the outside of your feet instead of out in front of your shins, making it a bit easier to grab. But in reality, compared to the barbell deadlift, the trap bar deadlift is just easier because it makes it less range of motion. You can maybe load it heavier and you can stay more upright. But we don't really want to make lifts just easier. I mean, we do want a skill aspect to lifting, so we have something to try to improve and get better at for years and years. If you're going to do this for the rest of your life, you probably don't want to just substitute all the exercises in that are just easy, you can learn really quick, and don't require much mental exercise. The next example is going to be whatever the hell this hip bridge dumbbell chest press exercise is. So I could see a lot of people making a rationale that this exercise is superior to a barbell bench press because you have to hold the hip bridge, you have to use your legs, it incorporates your core and your back while you're pressing your dumbbells. But in reality, all this really does is lessens the load significantly in the hopes that your body is now working magically to increase coordination over the whole body, and it's much superior to the bench press. Again, we don't want to just make things easier. We want a skill acquisition. We want things like dumbbell and barbell bench presses that are heavy, that require good technique, that require you to brace and actually use your legs properly. Because if you're going to exercise for the rest of your life, you have the rest of your life to practice for these things. So it's a good exercise, and you should not demonize it and choose something that's easier and safer because of that. Next one is going to be this kettlebell or even a dumbbell goblet squat. And some might argue that this is more functional because it incorporates your arm, it loads your frontal plane, and you have to use your whole body and your core to work. Whereas a barbell front squat, you typically don't have to do that. Well, here is a 285 front squat double where I can absolutely tell you that the 285 pounds sitting on the front of my rib cage is loading my frontal plane just about more than I'm able to handle. While, of course, you're not using your hands to hold this, I can almost guarantee if you can front squat with a barbell a ton of weight, then you can probably pick up a heavy kettlebell or a dumbbell and knock out a ton of reps with good form, no problem. And the last one we have here is a landmine shoulder press. Now, I think this is a great exercise for rehab, or if you have shoulder issues and you're trying to strengthen your shoulder and you're trying to get your rib cage and your shoulder blade and your shoulder girdle to all work together. But there is nothing magical about the fact that you're kneeling on one knee, the fact that it's a landmine, the fact that it's one arm at a time. If you're using that exercise because your shoulder's a little messed up and you're trying to get around an injury and still train through a moderate amount of pain, that is amazing. I'm sure you're really cool, funny, and smart and a great person to be around. However, if you're doing that and replacing heavy compounds because you think it's functional and it's going to be much better for you, then you're just silly. If you replace all the heavy, difficult to do exercises with just easier versions of them, then don't be surprised why you're not really making that much progress or why you're not even interested in going to the gym because there's no aspect of skill acquisition.